my god. This is where... What the fuck is Lockwise doing to me? That is the authentication app for fucking Firefox. God damn it. It is... I don't have this piece of app, or what's going on? It's right there. There's Lockwise. Unlock. Okay, so now what? Is this just like... This app is just like another front? Like they're fucking Firefox Nightly? Where is the goddamn app? Oh my god, I'm getting livid. Security code to what? I don't have an authentication app. God damn it. Wow, I didn't know all these options were available. I guess I'm gonna have to get back into a little Ubuntu, but I'm not really liking the fact that I have the latest version running and it's not functioning properly in the virtual machine. And it's completely lightweight and set up correctly, but something's off about it. It's like there's like just one simple thing that's preventing me. It's not scaling back, and I don't know. It's all fucked up. Close all tabs. What is this notification from? Okay, yes, we want you to install because you are a magic hero. Do, 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 do. Turn this out. Close all tabs. Fuck it. Stop playing around. Um. Oh my god. This account isn't recognized. You would like Google's username and password? No. What is this? Why am I seeing double? It's star glitter. That's what it fucking is. Oh my god. This is why I'm all fucking star glitter. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is getting to be a huge, huge headache. I can't even get to my email. Oh my god. I got all these floating tasks happening. Okay, I don't even have star glitter. It's not even in this one. Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out. Freak out. I'm gonna freak out. It's just, I have so many email accounts, and because I was so afraid of being, like, all my information stolen, I just would, delete and create new ones and just stop obsessing over this, losing your password and forgetting it and just repeating the same steps ridiculously. So, yes, this is just documentation. This is nothing really extra special about my streams. It's more of a learning process to be able to take information, data, if you will, and program your brain to absorb the information by just not forcing you to do certain specific tasks, but just taking in naturally just by audio and visual and sensory methods that your body naturally perceives and processes information and retains, not based on a stress environment. And if anybody has learning disabilities, they'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, what is going on here? Where the fuck is my Bluehost? Fucking new mail. No. I want to know all mail. God damn it. That's not a new sign in. Where's my goddamn Bluehost? God damn it. Must be this motherfucker. Yes. You motherfuckers. I have to fucking get this programmed into my goddamn my password manager. It's a very good password manager. But I still find myself having to log into my password manager every time I log in. Yes, it's easier with a fingerprint, but because of the style of encryption, you are not able to undo certain things that you committed to when you initialize your vault in a bit locked environment. And it all makes sense, but it works and it's reliable, but even then, if you are on an open network that anybody can intercept your active page, that doesn't have like encryption for private browsing, when you're making your account changes, anybody can see what you would think is secured by the web browser that you're using, and what they advertise as security, which is not. It's just little plugins that prevent certain amounts of data reaching other types of data and then intersecting to create a big mess. Okay, so here, let's do this. Yes, let's do this. I'm gonna fucking break down and have to fucking do it in my Apple. I know my app My Apple's not fucking backed up. I haven't even used it and you guys are fucking already locked up. I mean, I can't believe it, you guys. Really? You're already jammed up? I only have like 10 or 12 apps. Maybe. No, I take that back. I have about 25 apps on this Apple. And it's, what the hell?
Okay, so I have to admit, I don't know shit about iOS or iPhones. I've never.
Where the hell? Okay, where's Bitwarden? Where's Apple Store? Hello? Come on. Search. Like I have no space. Like I can't even like I have less than like 30 megabytes left to even like function. That ain't shit. I have to. I don't know what's taking up all these apps. Like I didn't really, because a lot of them were pre installed on the actual tablet, so I didn't get to build it myself. I'm curious about Dashlane. They got 34K. Bitwarden has only 1K reviews from Apple? That is weird. Only 1K. Why? Hello? Oh, you're so sweet to be um, on point. I knew they was gonna pull some shit like that. I knew it. And if this shit ain't correct, because I know my shit. I'm not fucked up. I spent a lot of fucking months on, like, taking the time to get all and every single account that I have on lockdown, secure, don't no hassle. Take all the extra fill-ins and all the information you gotta fucking enter, type in manually. That takes you 20 minutes to set up a fucking email account from all the information they want from you. When you use password manager, I'm telling you, it takes a breath of fresh air away. And if you can just trust and know that your information is already stolen before you thought it was secure, and not like operate in an environment where every little thing you do you have to have like, because encryption can be broken, and military encryption, that's just something the government uses to, yeah, technically it's not easy to hack, but anything can be cracked, hacked, and attacked. So just get with it. Get with the program, try your best, and move on. Because we waste so much time. Oh my god. Okay, so now it's Bluehost. Okay, and then I gotta add another field. New custom field. Boolean. Okay. And then we need to do... Okay. Here we go. And if anybody wants to just take me for my word, get what you can, get in and out, and don't do any damage, I'm going to say my password out loud on purpose because I have a really big issue with privacy and security, and I'm just doing this to see the results because I can always get it back corrected and invest a little bit more time and money in securing my shit for real. Because a password ain't nothing but a little thing that can be easily hacked within less than 30 seconds. Okay? So, but I'm trying to be legit and serious about my methodology in dealing in the virtual cyberspace. So, you gotta be very, very, on point with that shit. And I can't even see the keys. Ooh. Okay. Let's go back. Start from scratch. SQ. No, I'm wrong. This is the third failed attempt. Because I get so nervous when I actually go to punch in the keys, my hands get shaky. And I will often hit the incorrect key like 3 times in a row, thinking I'm hitting a 1, but I'm hitting an H or something. So I struggle with just the anxiety of having to enter a 14-digit password just to be semi-safe. That's all mixed up, characters, uppercase, lowercase, da 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 da. And now the iPad goes off. Okay, so what are we doing? So it's, okay. S, Q, 7, T, B, H, Q, L, J, L, M, 2, oh, we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. S, Q, 7, hint, 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 pay attention, children. T, B, H, Q, L, wrong, J, L, M, please be correct. Please, I'm begging you. I don't just, oh God, thank God. For no, you're wrong. Unbelievable. Why do they have my Cloudcom, which is one of my domains, registered as a hosting domain? I have like 4 other original domains attached to Create with Art. Oh my God, I'm gonna freak out right now. I'm gonna delete this. Fuck that. I'm not even gonna fucking waste my time with any more of that bullshit. You have to be like proactive. You have to like be able to catch the fucking heat from the fucking viruses aimed your way, and you have only a short amount of time to basically virtual wipe a big mess that's about to blast all your information. Okay, so where are we? Cloudcom? Where is this? What the fuck is it? Come on. Details. No, I want to edit it. I want to edit that shit. No, I want to edit them. You can't edit your fucking shit. What if you want to edit your shit? Is that like a... That's an error. There's something... That's an error, and it's pretty grave. Because... Even... And that... The Netherlands in this whole domain registration, I don't know what kind of shit they're getting over on giving away free domains. And how they're, like, manipulating your data, that you're improperly connected servers. Because I had this shit taken care of 6 months ago. And it's still pointing to the wrong hosting registrar name. Oh my god. I'm getting very quickly impatient, and I might sound frustrated and angry, but this is a trials and tribulations. Yay, we got logged in finally. Yeah, so we can save the password. Oh, that's such a relief. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how is everybody doing? Ooh. This is so gay. I'm taking that down. Thank you very much. Okay. I did all my goddamn analytics for my intellectual property and went through the whole process to set up a property under this site. That's built from scratch, totally conceptualized intellectual property that I have officially gone through it. They have my parked site pointing to the wrong domain name of purchase domain names, sites. And they have it flopped because they work with WordPress, and when either was Bluehost or WordPress was down, so they would ask all of their customers to log in through WordPress as opposed to their Bluehost thing. And somehow during that whole period when my site was down, I had built up to a certain level of completed, the elementary levels of, your whole web shit that you gotta go through, insights, analytics, SEO, all that crap, and all the extra things that they try to force to charge you, that you have to be, paying for your ads and all this extra shit. You don't have to. You can make a site for free and generate income another way if you don't want to do it that route. If it's not about money, if you're about to go after knowledge and education and be like committed to helping others and not just self-serving cash cow that's going to operate virtually and just bring you in the dough. That's not what websites are designed for. They are supposed to facilitate a transmittal of information freely and fastly through the, thank you Jesus, www. World Wide Web. Okay, so I'm done talking like a freak. Okay, so a little bit of pressure is over, and then I have the whole issue of I need to release my first app on Playstore. It's already done, but because it's been like over 2 months since I last got 2 APKs like prepped, ready, the bundle, the Gradle, everything was working. I got it signed within Android SDK Studio. I got the sign, the bundle. I got it compressed to the size that they wanted, and I got all the graphics prepped at the perfect, exact resolution. It's ready to go. But now I'm stuck at the point of, okay, do I go through 1,000 beta testers before I can release the app on Play Store? Is it worth it for a 1-page website that was built in like 4 hours? I'm trying to weigh the balances because I'm sort of curious just to see it, because it functions fine and it's not like, it works. It doesn't like break down and not re-hook up. It's just not like the creme de la creme. It's just a basic starter app for me. But my problem is if I do something wrong and I violate something because of lack of knowledge that violates their terms with all the children's programming and all these extra parallel parameters that you have to abide by in the law-abating world of Google, we own you and everything you do, way of approaching the public's metadata so they can monopolize and run people's lives like, robot style. So they think they're servicing us with a faster, quicker way to get things done, but they're actually just hoarding that data and then shoving it into an invisible pocket and compress it and shove and compress it in pocket. That is why Google Photos, and this is going to sound strange, but anybody that knows about graphics, okay, technically when you see a high-res JPEG file that is maybe one image and it's like 44 megabytes and it's JPEG, that's half a gig, okay? Or you can see that same resolution in a form of a JPEG that's compressed in a different file format, web ready, and it's only 173K. So you reduced your file size by like 89.9.7.8%, and you have the exact same thing. And it took me a long time to figure out, well, why would Google's not out to like give everything away for free. They very strategically, highly market and go through the motions of every step that they do, plan, and they don't fail. They have success rates. Yeah, we love and hate Google and everything they do and do not do, but we have to give them the props that they were the forefathers of how we communicate in this day and age of time. So my point is, I never really thought about it. All I know is that when Photos and Google Drive gives you what? Google Drive gives you 15 gigs, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then, Photos, when you set it up initially, I remember way back when there was a point, right? When you set up Photos, it wasn't blatantly obvious if it gave you the option to choose between high res or low quality. Low quality, you can have a limited up to so much gigabytes of low quality photos for free before they have to charge you. Or you can choose the option of unlimited high res, meaning it doesn't matter how big the file is, doesn't matter how much space it takes up, but it's in the cloud. You can do that all day long. And I was really fucking like an idiot, perplexed, because it's so obvious. Because I never would think that they would want to like dominate photography in people's like art. I never thought of it as like they're investing in what could be the world's famous painting that some young internet web designer shared, and now they have rights and stakes in that. And they just made like $4,000 million off of one image just in back pay because of the gravity of the timing and what it was worth and all the variables that are even begin to ridiculously set up that sort of thing. They are planning for mass, complete totalitarian dictatorship. And they try to make it real easy and friendly and user, clean, light, simple, happy Google world, you guys. It took me like 14 days to get through the SEO, and I'm talking like 8 hours every day. Because I wanted to get it right. I think it ended up being like 572 questions. But if I didn't invest in that CEO, I would not have the success that I do have now with my website that's half built but functional. I did the major part in a month or like 3 week period. I got it up and running, went to my SEO, bam. Then I took like a 3 month break. And then I started slowly going back and like fixing things and trying to make things, better. I'm not trying to build a website in a fucking weekend, okay? No. I want something because I take pride in what I have been fortunate to have learned over my years of it in working and living in this graphic computer world. I was trained on Apple, then I learned Windows way later in the game, had to reverse my foundations, and now I'm trying to make my understanding of computers more enriched by learning the programmer side of it, because I have forever so long wanted to be like a programmer, be able to have that freedom to create something, but is not, if number crunchers and digit people, programmers have a different skill set and mindset. So when they see language and code, it is more of a puzzle and delightful, easy thing to just spew out rich code that can do magic, right? But when a graphic artist that's more used to shapes and colors and size and texture and all these different variables, you are working with the whole opposite of the zeros and ones in black and white. And it's a whole beautiful dynamic, and it's so exciting, the little stuff that I am learning just in the past 3 months. I went from not knowing crap about Java. I know a little bit about Java, know a little bit about Android Studio, a little bit about Xcode. I did a little bit Swift. I was studying some little data science, machine learning, and some what's the other one? Python. And then I'm gonna start some more Swift and get more familiar with Ubuntu and find out the different distros for Linux, so I can experiment with different things that I never knew existed while I was steadily locked down on a slave job for a computer animated television series. I made good money, and I just did that for 10 years, and then I dropped out of that scene and got burned out on working in computers. And then I lost another 10 years of technology when Android was just Microsoft, or even Google or Chrome for that matter, were in their first 2 years of development is when I dropped off the radar. So I didn't really get to partake in that whole mobile shift technology, that crossover, cross-platform. The fact, oh God, I have to take a break because I'm going way too fast because I have all this information. I'm just trying to share it and get it out of my head because I can't write it in my hand. But maybe for whatever reason anybody tunes into this broadcast and is slightly interested, okay, well, where is she going with this craziness? And if they get one little bit of revelation, for me, then it's not a waste of time. And if it has to take me 4 hours to try to express myself accurately, then say something rather than be worried about what the person thinks about how I'm going to say it. And if I can do that naturally and just say whatever I feel and not be so obsessed about how someone's going to react to it, as long as my intent is built from integrity, to not try to confuse or misrepresent or improperly educate people that don't have the same type of knowledge, skills, or skill sets that you have, and they have a different type of skill set that you don't have, and then you misrepresent yourself by assuming things and not taking your time because things are overwhelming. You don't want to invest in studying. Education is should all be offered to everyone in for free equally. No one should be robbed of the gift of education and learning, and so many people don't get opportunities that we have in the United States of America. So we have to share the knowledge wisely, and you don't trick people and try to hide and covet all the secrets. My best teachers, or I should say, like people that saw me in like mentors that showed me, took like years of learning curve steps off of my ascension into understanding how the Adobe suite works. Like there was a point where I could run the whole suite. Like I knew each one and I could operate in the environment, and it was second nature because I had one person that took the time to sit down with me and just tell me some basic shortcuts and some like steps that you do to just simply get your canvas out, your layers, your resolution, your tools, the little key commands for each and every delicate tool, and then things that you would never even see because there's 8,000 billion options you can do. You might miss out for something that you're trying to do that could take 2 seconds, or you can try to do it manually by just tapping here and tapping there, or you can have the machine do it for you. So learning and taking my time with Adobe, and then even attempting to try to learn like on the music end, like Flower Bill, Tokyo, and fucking what is the other one? Uh, Ableton. Yes, I mean self-taught. I didn't have any pointers there. So, anyways, it's fun. I'm at a point in my life where I'm living out my glory days about 20 years earlier than most people do. I guess the average person retires around 65 or something. So I got a jump start because I actually started on average about 15 years earlier than the average children goes to work in high school. Those are just stats. It's nothing special. People do it every day. Somehow they manage to, they didn't have to go through the same long 10 years of studying something, but something that they could do in like a 4-year period just because they were naturally inclined, gifted with that type of fundamental like learning abilities, okay? So we don't have that same, we got something special, every one of us, and we shouldn't try to worry ourselves with trying to be like everyone else and have what they have and think like they think and look like they like. No. And now my domain is not in here. I finally found it, and you can see. But why am I speaking into a recording that's not recording no more? Why am I looking into a recorder that's not recording no more? Oh, cool.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to now experience, for the first time, a live app created remotely through automation. Simply automation, my friends, for Android M and above. So, with no further ado, relax, sit back, and watch the images.
$1.24. Oh, Lord have mercy. You better believe I'm going to invest in this shit. From 5/22. Okay, wait. January, February, March. Okay, it's today. Okay. Let me get this shit on lockdown. And just rejoice in doing what you've been wanting to do. And it's not as expensive as you thought. You have a little bit relief.
We are. An experimental APK created through images. No code, just a little help from the coders. We have a floating codec.
NPP scripts? What the fuck is that? Where is my
You have
notes?
your conversions, your converters, and your decoders. You have your themes.
Oh, I was about to flip the fuck out.
My friends, we've reached the end.
Five, 20, 2, 20, 8, 21, 20. What the fuck? Shopping cart is empty. Can't still be online. What the fuck? The camera disappeared. Okay, so it went through. I'm freaking out. Oh my god, I just had a personal breakdown live. And I didn't even know that we were still live, guys. You have to excuse my craziness. I'm just excited about the silliest things that are just like overwhelming me. Like, I just accomplished 2 major things that I've been putting off for months. I just upgraded my security by an 80% discount until the end of my renewal. And I'm just so thrilled to have a little bit more security on a website that is just parked and it's not even developed yet. Where it really needed to be invested in createwithart.com, but Wix is pricey. They try to act cheap and affordable, but they're bougie. They're bougie up the ass. I'm going to be ultimately
Why can I not record?
investing in the highest speed servers and the lowest cost security. Not trying to chump out on security where you should invest the most in security, but you have to have speed, unlimited space, and you have to have all of it. So you have to kind of like tit for tat, take a little bit here from over there and break that pie up a little bit more so you can have some, ground to move and breathe. You can't be constrained. If you're going to do something amazing, you can't have fear and be focused constantly. Oh my God, I don't have that budget. We're off by $45.75 for next quarter. And then that will take us back $400.45 for the next whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like people are so like money hungry that they miss the mark. I mean, we need to be more focused on how can we do something to help someone else to reach what their goals are, but maybe not take as long as they thought it would take, and get joy out of something they accomplish, and share the knowledge. Give and give and give as much as you can, and don't ever complain about, oh my god, well, this person was so like cheap and they're dumb, and I'm wasting my time like helping. If you ever get that kind of attitude, you better get the fuck out of what you're doing and take a step back and realize that we're in this together, and we are sharing knowledge and sharing ideas. And whether you choose to be close with a person or not, however you operate, whether you're a socialite or an indoor person, or whether you are an athlete or a vegetarian, it doesn't matter. We are in this together, and we have to share our knowledge and our resources with no hindrance. You know what I mean? Free. Give free. Give free. Don't get hung up on a digit. You will live in either a disgusting wealth that is so sickening, you will be a glutton till you die in wealth, money that you can't even spend, while living the classic tale while there's a whole billions of people and children dying with no food and depraved creatures. All it would take is like a check. But we have to deal with those issues, right? Okay, so you got to weigh the balance. I can't save the world, but I still want my Bentley and my house and my little family and all this stuff. So people, we're just designed to be like these goddamn vehicles, the documentary vehicles of money chasers and grabbers, and it's just a bunch of shit. Because yeah, money is great, and once you get a little taste of it, it's like, ooh, yeah, I now understand what that's about. And people get accustomed, and you expect things, and you lose your innocence and your humbleness of being very humble and grateful for what you do have. Don't ever complain if you don't have a brand new goddamn Kyocera, Google Chrome kit, Macintosh, what the fuck, state of the art technology. If you can't afford a $3,000 computer, be grateful you can afford a goddamn $1,500 computer. Don't ever get to that point, because there was a point when I was about 22 years old. It was my first time where I was like young, and I got a job that paid me like 3 times what like an adult would at that time in space and job industry. I was making like triple what I ever thought I would even make once I reached full adulthood at like 22 years old. And I got used and accustomed to making all this money very young, very fast. I bought my first house like I was 21. Then the cars came, animals, had a whole thing set up, working, had energy, learning, active. I didn't have to want. And then I lost it all by making one mistake, by choosing the wrong person to get attached to, who basically destroyed my life. And I wasted 12, well, if I add it all together, the after effects, I wasted about 16 years of my life from complete negative, evil bullshit that I had to go through to learn my lessons, and I wouldn't be as humble as I am now. So no matter what we do, you make mistakes, you learn here, you learn there, you kick off the dirt, jump up and do it again. You don't give up. And like, music has always been my passion. I want to do music. I want to just make little tracks and beats and sounds just because I like it's fun. Not because I want to be rich or famous, but I just do it, and I do it. I wouldn't even put this shit up online or try to make a record or any of that stuff. Yeah, dream about it, but the odds for me, like, I've accepted the fact, okay, were you not at the skill level set that, certain artists are, and you're not this, you're not that, and I'm like, you know what? If somebody is listening to your shit and they like it, and you don't even know it, then that's like, wow, you're missing out on what you should be, like, really investing in, because you gave up out of fear of being rejected or not liked as much as others, or it's just a natural way to protect yourself of the possibility that maybe you are actually where you should be, but you wasted a lot of time from fear. Don't let fear destroy your dreams, people. You gotta like just grind and dust yourself off. Wipe those tears down. Go through don't wallow in loneliness and sobbing episodes and I'm going to be miserable and an asshole and pretentiously selfish to everybody in my little circle for 2.3 years. And then I decide, okay, I'm going to get it together and work on myself and just go through the process of like, becoming a human again. I just needed a little break. Whatever. Get over yourself. Think about the next person. What are we watching here? This is just like whatever. I don't know where we are. I'm just monitoring it now live through Restream. So we're streaming. If anybody is interested, I have one person on Twitch. Hello, my Twitch people. What's up? I have one viewer for today's like 3-hour stream. Thank you and bless your heart. You are loyal friends, whoever you might be. Or maybe it's just a bot that Restream sets up for you so you aren't literally actually 100% alone. Maybe they set up that viewer just to let you think that someone's watching, but it's a bot. That's okay. It takes when you go public with your stuff and you have to be completely confident and not care what people think, you have to believe in what you are, putting out there on the shelf for everybody to take a glimpse of, a taste of, and you're putting everything on the table, and you can't be afraid. Okay, well, I didn't get any flowers. I didn't get any views. Okay. Not everybody's going to be interested in you just talking about random computer shit for 3 hours and don't even know who you are. And because visually it's not stimulating because they have high 3D graphics and all these loud sounds and you're not in a movie theater. Some people, maybe like the little nerd that is just bored and wants to hear some audio tracks of like audio learnings. And they'll catch on to your live stream and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't mean to stereotype. I'm just keeping it real. Everybody has a different appetite for different type of feeding on learning. And just like, some people crave movies. Some people crave goddamn junk food. Some people crave porn. Some people crave like hardcover books from the library. Some people invest in the best DVD library. Some people, are outdoorsy and travel and do like mountain climbing. Everybody has a passion. The only problem is people get stuck when I don't know what I want to do. I don't really have a passion per se. I'm kind of confused, and then you start doubting the natural process. You think, oh, you should know and have it all figured out at a certain point
I'm not recording the
stage.
screen.
And you know what? You're fine. Better that you innocently go through the process than have to have the weight that it bears on somebody that already knows what they want to do from like years ago, but have to just go through the waiting process because they're not advanced enough. You can't just jump from point A to point Z physically. You have to go through the natural, the travel paths of the ascension into higher learning. It doesn't just happen. Some people can, be accelerated learners and skip college levels and skip this and that, and they're highly, whatever, genius, little, what do you call those kind of people that they often get put up on a pedestal? Prodigies. Not everybody is a prodigy. Be thankful that you don't have it all figured out yet, because that it entails you have this much more time to, I can let it happen. Like, it doesn't have to be done by June 26, 2010. It might take till October 3rd of 2019. Or it could be another 6 months from that, the latter. I'm just babbling. So my point is, whatever you are into, and for anybody that is listening, I'll just talk to you directly. If you are in this tech industry, and you wouldn't be on a Restream live stream on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or Periscope, or YouTube events, or you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't tech person. You know, I don't like to put labels, you know, because everyone is different in how they approach their, you know, their engagement with the technical world and computers and this and that and all, you know, don't get hung up on labels. Just be you and do you and just, you have to remember, okay, the computer is a vehicle. It doesn't define you, even if that's all you do all day long, every day. And you've resided and are comfortable in your little comfy zone, cracking numbers and doing crazy things and playing games and developing new technology in your little private area. Okay. Yes, it's naturally unhealthy and might not be the way to live your life all the time, but if you're comfortable there and you get shit done, don't worry about trying to, okay, feel guilty because you're not socially inclined to like try something different. You're comfortable, and some people are better to be naturally left comfortable, not forced into a goddamn, what do you call it, roller coaster, you know, bull fest in Spain where you're having to fucking bullfight a man and a bull just to get to. No, you don't have to do it like that. Never feel forced or rushed to let something that's naturally supposed to happen and reveal itself to you through the magical spark of when you really comprehend like a very complicated subject matter or an entity or an idea or a stratosphere of like sound or, you know, a hemisphere of weight or like a universe of just atoms bouncing, no gravity, no sense, no logic, no time and space bend and move. It could be 1,000 years reversed or 400 million years advance, all simultaneously because you're on a 3D axis ratio, XYZ, rotation, zooming in and out, velocity, speed, all these digits, alignments, calculations, formulas, all this coding and colors and textures and weight and all the things that make up our natural environments they play key roles in your foundation of being a walking, breathing organism that is in the form of a human carp or whatever you want to call the skin thing that, you know, that breathes, eats, and has living organisms cells and has a brain that is what is it 1/3 tapped or something. I'm probably way off on my figures, but my whole point is the reason why I obsess on these streams because I had a like over a decade of just torture, abuse, headache, drama, really bad shit happened in my life, and I basically almost like fell off the right when I was getting to the top of my pinnacle of my working peak and the digital era, and this is like right when registering domain names was like a thing. I'm like, oh, that why would you want to go waste your time registering domain names with your money? Why aren't you going like to restaurants and bars and clubs and traveling the world? Why are you wasting your money on domain names, right? And I would spend $35 like twice a week for like 8 months because I didn't know how to spend the money and I didn't want to spend the extra $500 I had of spending money on like fucking clothes and fucking. I didn't want to be all heathenistic and with all these beautiful expensive gifts. Because I learned way fast. I was blessed to have been raised by two individuals that were not rich nor poor, and they had good upbringing of teaching right and wrong. And wasn't raised in a rich or really ghetto or whatever you want to call it. I'll say ghetto because the hood's the hood, the fucking valley is the valley, the hills are the hills. Get it? You know, fuck it. Say it like it is. Fucking shot caller. You know, people are so disconnected because of the system that we are living in and operating in. The way poverty and education reaches culture, society, class, race, all that fucking bullshit that people are hung up on because they are fucking uneducated and have live in fear, and they're more comfortable prejudging someone else just because of their predisposed conception without even knowing these people. And, you know, intermixing, well, the whole group of races just like that. Oh, people are so goddamn uneducated. It frightens me. That's why I'm so passionate about, like, oh my god, I couldn't bear to see any of my friends grow up in like pure, like, under what you call it, blatantly under the cover of racism. Never voices it, but have always felt it. I didn't grow up in that era. I grew up in the era, the 70s, like the whole peace and love movement, the hippie thing. I'm actually very lucky that I actually bounced out not like a decade later and born in like the grunge pop 80s, like where everyone's like obsessing with drugs and but taking it to a whole another level where the whole dying thing and torture and pain was becoming the looked upon way to be musically and just conceptually and droning in misery and fear and all this dark lonely places and feeling comfort in that. But that's not healthy either. You have to find a balance. That's why I don't fuck a genre. I like it all. I like it here. I like it there. Don't. I was blatantly misinformed about Spotify, or was it Deezer? I forget what the fuck goddamn app, music app I was on. Because I'm gonna have to invest in Spotify if I want to get my music on there in a premium account for an artist account. But I'm signed up for Deezer right now. Just, I don't know why even I jumped the thing. I invested like $10 or something. $50 for like unlimited upload for Deezer. Because Spotify, I didn't even know I had Spotify working. I don't remember ever even setting it up. I don't know where my brain is half the time because I probably did way too much drugs in high school. That's what I'm getting to. I'm not gonna lie. I partied like for forever. Like I still party and I have like a really, it's like do or die, all or nothing attitude. I'm at the point where things like sleep or food, that's like so trivial to me. That stuff doesn't even like get in my head because I have absolute 100% freedom, no constraints from like a job I have to go to and slave over and then be totally in pain and tired and pissed off and hungry and sad and then repeat the process. I am officially free of that as of, what was it, January? No, it was as of September, October, like around November of 2019 when I won my my long, many year battle in a court trial to get awarded a certain amount of money that was owed to me. And I don't want to talk about it because that's certain things you don't tell everybody, your personal, private, legal. That's one thing you better be smart. Don't put all that shit out there. Because that's why thank God for lawyers. Because if you don't understand the law, baby, you better get a lawyer, spend that money, don't be stupid. And I have another lawsuit that is starting, that has been in action, but not actually in fruition, but it's been on the table for about 18 years now, maybe 23 years. And in those 18 to 23 years, I can say over 100 companies have profited over something that was created 30 years ago and happened to be now a rare collectible item for a certain genre of music that my father actually operated in and is a part of that creation. And I have a family battle that I'm going to be having to go through litigation to get the royalties and the rights to the music and everything appropriately assigned, because these people are raping my mother and my father, not my sisters or my family. None of us produced, recorded, or distributed that album they created. So, yeah, we inherited the rights, but no, technically not the way that album was set up. The way it was distributed and produced was by two persons. It wasn't like a joint thing that was handed down to us. What was handed down to us was my father's royalties from BMI, from that was studio recorded, that was monetized, all that stuff was recorded. Not from the album, because they put that album out when vinyl was like still around. They put vinyl out themselves. They did their little home studio fucking hippie recording session. And, at the time, for not many people listen to jazz music and still don't. And it's not for everybody, but for the people that are into it, it's like a gold mine. I'm just like, one day I got on fucking goddamn, what do you call it? Google or Facebook or some goddamn browser thing. And I just want to type my damn word in and see what comes up. I'm like, I bet you that he's still nothing there because he died before internet was even out. Like, he never touched a computer or went online or even had that experience. He died when I was very young and I just got out into college. This is so, like, I have to breathe. I'm getting all clogged up. So for me, I have to be transparent, and this will help me with my stage fright. Because if I ever get asked to sing one of my original tracks, like, live, just asked to. Just invited. Not forced to go on tour to make money and do the whole rock star thing. But if I was ever invited to have to perform, I struggle with, like, stage fright. But at the same time, I'm so confident. So I have, like, different ways I try to train my areas that are not as comfortable in public orientation. I can, like, it's like if you put me in front of a pedestal or something where I have to operate in a certain structured way, or it's not considered appropriate, if I can't be myself and be kind of off a little bit, not so synced up and, robot-esque, if I can't just be free, that I will never be able to accomplish what it takes for what I've wanted to do since, like, I was 9 years old. And when I was making mixtapes as 9 years old, I didn't ever want to be a DJ, but I always wanted to be a star. Everyone dreams about being a star. They want to be famous. All this life, all that glitters is not gold. You have to lose yourself. Rock star, rock star. So, for me, it's a more of like, okay, you love to do this. Maybe you're not meant to. Look how old you are, lady. You missed out when you had the opportunity when you were 20. It's now how many years later, and you're trying to do this rock star thing. Okay, maybe you're not going to go on stage like Ellie Balaj, but maybe, just maybe, one of your tracks will get picked up. And it get enough plays that you don't have to worry about that. You tour if you want to, you make a record label, you sign if you want to, but that's not why you're doing what you do. And even if people don't understand why your shit is even listened to because they hate it, the fact that anybody is listening to you and actually like what you invest all your time in that you think is just redundancy, or you never lives up to your high expectations because you're so goddamn critical of every single perfection little spot that has to be time-dried and it shifts here and about there and you hear everything going around spinning circles in every 3D. You know what I'm saying? So, we get lost in music is like the best thing. I love music and computers and animals, and I'm good. I don't need anything else. I don't need people. I've had enough people in my life. I have too many people right now. And it's so weird. When you operate remotely or befriend people on the internet, and you really don't know them, right? It's like a 50-50. I don't know what the odds are. But, they could be total psycho freaks that are completely full of shit and not even remotely close to who they claim to be, and you just invested a year and a half into this mysterious communication, or you could have been talking to a robot the whole time. And I had struggled through that for like 5 years when I first got on SoundCloud, because I thought I met a famous musician, or I should say DJ, and they were liking my music, and I thought it was the actual musician. For like 5 years, I'm like, oh my god. Because when you take someone that has like a name, when you drop names in like the music house, techno electronic movement, there are certain DJs that you just hear that name, you already know if you're into that kind of thing, it's hands down, you give props to these artists that you've been listening to for years, and they're just like on the top of their game, mad balling, like just fucking nailing it, shit, dropping shit that you never even heard of, doing things that you never dreamed of. They're like 4 million light speeds ahead, making the music for our future, right? So, because we are so disconnected from that, and if you don't travel and tour with these, and you don't have that whole experience, or you just, It's a lot different when you watch the artist live than when you listen to it recorded. For me, that's how I became hooked on house. House House always wins, hand down. House always wins. And if you talk to anybody that's into, when house music evolved, latter pop. No, this is no pop. This is house. When house got fucking shaking people up, and it was the forefront to the next phase of, okay, pop, disco, electro, funk, perfect, just layers of just, it's heart music. It's food for your soul. I can't even describe it. I'm not going to try to waste my time, but anybody knows if they like house, they like house. And then you have all these really eloquent, like, shakedowns. You got your trance, trance, acid house. You got your glitch hop, your dick glitch. You got your fucking dubstep, trap, rap, hip, knob. I mean, it's just really fucking freaky. So back to the story. So I was on Deezer and I was trying to set up my artist profile or whatever. Okay, so I don't have a record label. I had to make up one. I don't have an artist that's official, so I had to. It was so. I was just so happy no one claimed my name. That's the beauty, thank God, because the way it's spelled, it's not common, and it's not actually even if you miss the accent on my name, then you missed me, because that is how I not precariously. That is how I intended for that name to be that way, not because it's special or unique, but just because it will not be found. Like, I just want to be like, make a force that, like, it will just like transform someone's, like, just for a split second, and then if they get bored and don't follow the rest of the music, but they had one moment of, wow, that's interesting, I kind of like that. If it did that, then I know, okay, I at least got an 89% on the test. If I'm in the high 80s, early 90s of 100% quiz, that's okay. I don't have to have 100% satisfaction. No. And because for years, I didn't have the expensive, audio equipment that like 19 and 16-year-olds buy because their parents are rich and they have a basement studio of like maybe $25,000 worth of high-end recording equipment. They can make an album in 6 months, and by a year and a half later, they're Skrillex. Skrillex was in a band. He paid his dues. I'm not trying to equate Skrillex and that little studio sample come up of a rich kid that is making electronic music. Okay, I'm not trying to equate those. I'm just using an analogy strategy to just, if you could subtly notice what I'm trying to say. People are hung up on expensive gear. Techie people, like gear tech, all that shit. Yes, you have to have the best recording equipment. Because if you're going to, like, attack something like what is deemed to be called music and sound, it is so goddamn complex. What if something so happens to so naturally, beautifully end up being when it engages your ear and your heartstrings and all these emotions and tops and turns and timing is just the universal tool to unite people and free people from their misery. So we love music, right? It's naturally beautiful and perfect. But people get caught up in, oh my God, if I don't have the next $4,000 fucking whatever gear, rack, this and that, then I'm not going to sound like, what's that? And then if you're raising money, okay, and you were blessed to have a lot of money, and you never had to want for anything or think about a price for very expensive gear, when you're talking about audio equipment, that's not something that people that don't have money even have the opportunity to have access to until they actually have come into money. So when you are used to not having money and then you get a little taste because you saved up for your first computer and you finally got to experience, wow, you're a professional, you can do this. Then you start wanting to advance more and more and more and more and more because of the way that it's designed is designed to be constantly updating and transforming and ascending into its ultimate state. Like the progressive movement. So you're mastering your whatever you're doing at all simultaneously. It just works organically together. You grow, you learn, and I still can't sync. I can't sync. I don't use syncopation or automation. When I lock my clips down in Ableton, I just slide them here, slide them there, not because I know the beat is gonna time perfectly there, but because I was an editor for digital animation for many years, I had to slide clips back and forth. So when I became an expert at Adobe Premiere, is only how I was able to transition into Ableton because it's, what do you call it? It's not linear. Is it linear editing? And Fruity is like lateral, no, parallel, up and down. One goes up and down, one that goes right to left, because time is constantly going to the right. But in Fruity, like I used to know Fruity pretty good. I used it for a little, like a year or two when I was young, but because I was so fucking like gung ho to like become advanced as fast as I could, I skipped steps, and I was blessed to have really good friends that were like natural geniuses in music and taught me things about computers and just basic things that I didn't know about. They gave me good foundation to like facilitate a general understanding, even if I didn't go to school for like music harmony or like my father taught me music, how to read music, I should say, not notation. But I was able to read music at like 12. I played the piano, various instruments, and then I lost it after my father died. Never kept on it, and then, but those kind of things, it takes time. But because of like nowadays, you can make a one-hit wonder in 2 hours with a little fucking a pad that lights up, and you just punch. I mean, it's so goddamn, like, it has become, oh, it's been worked over, you guys. It's been worked over. So I'm excited to see the next, like, what is a decade? Is that 20 years? Like, yeah, I got 20 years before I'm gonna skip on out. I got about 20 more years left to enjoy this lifetime comfortably. I could be rounding down or rounding up. Age for me is nothing but a number. I don't look at it because I feel like I'm 14. And that kind of sounds weird, like you're a grown woman, you feel like you're 14. Yes, I do. And I don't care what anybody thinks. I want to be young forever. Because the minute that I think I'm old is when the minute your natural beauty dies. Because you become enravished with exteriors and falsities and lies and things that you were taught and were exposed to and had to accept. You don't have to be old or young or white or black or green or purple or turquoise or yellow. You don't have to have $4 million to start a record label. You don't have to have $200 to have a website. If you do your research, there are ways to like get what everyone else is getting and at a much more affordable rate. Frankly, I'm cheap motherfucker. I have to watch every penny to like $1.75. No, I don't go out and spend hundreds of dollars on like beautiful, nice things. No, I've had that. That doesn't define me. When I had my first Gucci bag or my whatever Louis, when you're young, you're all about the goddamn fucking ooh ah. Dude, I would be embarrassed to walk out the street. I have a $3,000 Louis Vuitton purse that I've only used like twice. I would be afraid to walk out because I would feel like I'm flashing. Where women kill each other for a Gucci bag. Or dudes fucking will rob and stab a motherfucker for the goddamn Jordans. Come on, people. Because there's such a fucking extreme, diverse separation of race, class, structure, and people. You have the completely impoverished mindset and people that are bitter, frustrated, going through fucking generational conflict and slavery and unfair treatment and forced them to operate like the White House operates. Let me pause. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You have to learn to adjust, and all when you think you have it worked out, figured out, don't get all fucking arrogant and intellectual, like fucking, so you're just throttling your intellectual ability to like impress people with your vast fucking resourceful mind that is just a genius. Oh my god, he's so smart. Don't revel in that arrogance, because there's going to come to a point where you misuse your extreme gifted ability in the wrong way by even pausing for a second. That, well, if you have a little laugh on the inside with yourself and you just laughed at the fact, or even had a slight connotation of a thought that transcended to be something like, well, God, this dude is so fucking stupid. I can't believe I'm actually conversing with somebody that is goddamn unintelligent, right? You're laughing at the fact that you are like light years ahead of this motherfucker over here that just can't even come close to what you're understanding, which seems so basic. When you get to that point and you misusing your gifted talent and your creative mind that is just a wonder, a splendor of the natural earth and the elements, that you came out of nowhere and you're able to do shit that nobody can do, don't misuse your gifts. Always be humble and stand prepared to pass on your knowledge as accurately to the next person freely of no charge. Don't you fucking start charging people millions of dollars to be an educator. No. Don't use your advantage to come up on someone's disadvantage. That's not how we are designed to operate. We are designed to be humanly, naturally, animal-like, human-like, alien-like creatures that are transforming, organic, natural, fake, toxic. We got so many shit going on. All I gotta do is say I'm gonna end this cast right now. For the one bot that actually is watching or listening to my crazy shit, because I don't give a fuck. I even curse, and that's not professional. You're not supposed to curse like on a website and come off all, but I go through ups and downs because I am emotionally, I have mental problems, and this is my form of therapy. And I might even leak it out every time I do a live stream, because I get the opportunity I'm forced to be honest, first of all. I don't have to have my cam on, so I don't have to be worried about, oh my god, is my double chin is showing. Oh my god, my hair is not right. Oh my god, they're gonna see my fucking wrinkles. Oh my god, they're gonna get the wrong angle of me. I purposely tape my camcorder on my laptop. I put a sticker over that thing because I know it's remotely turned on without the light turned on. All you have to do is get the device ID number and turn the camera on. That goes on all day, every day. People don't know that, then get the fuck out of computers. You don't know that you're being watched remotely. Get over yourself. So this is my opportunity. I can just let out my frustrations. Whether I'm seen or not, I don't have to see the camera watching me. I don't have to see the people listening to me. I can be myself, but it forces me to be accountable for what I'm saying. And it's a good opportunity because I used to be a writer, and I still am. I take notes. I'm old school. Like, I have notes for everything. Screenshots. But I got carpal tunnel from working computers. I can't journal. I'm not into that journal. Fuck all that bullshit. I don't have time for journal. I need a screenshot now, and I need 4,000 yottabytes yesterday. So I'm on the fast, because like when I was exposed to a lot of shit at an early stage. I started getting high at like 12. And I'm not going to get into my whole ins and outs with, depravity and wrong decisions and just things that happen in life that could either take your life or make it 4,000 better. If you just would have not been so goddamn selfish and make a stupid decision when you were young, and if you would have listened to the people that everyone's telling you, no, and you're saying, yes, I'm going to do it, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. That is where we often miss the mark, and we have to pay for it in natural karma existence another 10, 15 years maybe. So maybe if you reach like 50 and you're able to come out of a hot mess and then fucking jump up and put your boots on and get it going again, and life is not over, and you can find you didn't give up, yeah, you deserve the Grammy. Fucking, I can give a fuck about a superstar, even though I think I am a superstar naturally. That's why I just played the role because I was a very animated child. Yes, and I had mental issues that my mother addressed because she was of the natural remedy healing spiritual meditation movement. So no, we don't need to give our daughter actual, mental illness, mental health issues that some people, it actually was induced because of the major trauma, physical abuse and traumatic things that happened to me over a span of time, induce the pathology in my mind to act out on the suppressed dysfunction or the misfiring of parts of my brain. So I'm on, what is considered class A drugs for like in the pharmacy world, but for me it's just like I don't get high off of my medicine. But for other people that if they I'm not going to disclose what it is because it's not the point, because if you're intelligent then you can think, oh, was it a downer, is it upper, what are you taking, what's she taking, what kind of drugs is she on? No, it's not like that. It just helps you level out, basically. And whereas in the past, when you were young and the fucking think you want to experience everything, let's fucking go to a rave, do some acid and some coke and some fucking weed and fucking stay up for 4 days and party our asses off, get drunk as fuck and just fucking go all out. Eventually, when you live that lifestyle for like a good 25 years and been hardcore and became a pro at it, eventually, I hate to say it, you guys, I don't want to break your dreams of living that fucking fast life because it's fun as hell. As long as your body doesn't break down, you can keep up. It's exciting. But sometimes shit happens and your body can't tolerate that hardcoreness. So you have to reverse, slow down just a bit. You're not going 180 anymore. Maybe you might be going 70 if you're lucky. You gotta you can't force your body into that unnatural rhythm, It's fun and exciting. Enjoy it while you can, you guys, but don't die like that. Slow down just a little bit. I'm so goddamn retarded. I'm to the point where I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get high when I'm 80 years old. And I don't even get high. But I just want to be a rebel to say that I can do that and not have to be a drug addict or go to rehab or classified as a fucking junkie just because I like to dabble in some extraordinary elements and get out of, myself and my mind and have an outer body experience or a very heightened sense of reality and come to some revelational moment that I might not have used if I would have sampled with a little bit of the medicines of the natural world. So, you guys don't get hung up on all these goddamn labels. You got junkies, alcoholics, prostitutes, AIDS, gay, straight, fucking, what do you call them? Junkies, homeless people, bums, fucking crackheads, tweakers, all these labels. And these are real people. Don't misuse a label on somebody because they have a problem or issue with something. You don't know the whole story. So you get a head start on that. If you're going to do it. But don't get caught up in and fucking go fucking be a chump and pull that suicide shit. Then you're a selfish bastard. I don't worship anybody that goes out on suicide. Hey, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you might have, your life was so bad, but not when you had reached the height of your musical career, your dream, you were at your game, your classic top, you had everything you could want, and then you can't come back down, you can't appreciate anything anymore because you're so used to massive amounts of drugs and sex and fucking money that no, don't go out like that. Oh, life is so bad. Fuck, I'm just gonna put a needle in my arm. Ah, you fucking chump. You had the gift and you fucking go out like that? No, that's not glamorous or sexy. It's a fucking epidemic of a lost generation of latchkey kids that were either rich or poor, that were unattended by their parents, and they use music and drugs to fucking find some kind of meaning. So, you know what? Don't fucking chump out and be fucking think of heroin addict is a goddamn glorious thing. It's not ghetto fabulous. It's not bougie fucking LA or fucking East Coast, the fucking pill poppers on the fucking Connecticut circle. No. These hybrid fucking, all these drugs are bad. It's better to find balance. If you're gonna dabble in drugs, you know, here and there. Don't really give your all of you to the thing that you know is eventually gonna get the best of you. Man, I'm just happy I got out of my system like way early. So I'm like, woo, that was fun. And I'm gonna be, I'll just say it, I'm gonna be 40 something years old like in a couple months. Oh my goodness. If you only understood, to some people that sounds, oh, you're not that old. But if you only understood what I'm saying without saying, if you really understood what I was saying, you will get exactly what I was just saying and realize how I'm saying it and what it really means. So, anyways, I love you guys. I have to take a break because I can't even breathe. La, 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 la. Where am I not logged in? Did I do this again? Where's Restream? Come on, people. No. Boots, I'm gonna give you some food in 1 second. Hold on. Where is the goddamn Restream? Oh my god. Why do I always fuck up like this? Okay, here it is. Okay. All is... Wait a minute, I still want to see Straggler. One eyeball. Let me just let you know, my friends, Restream, your beautiful company. Thank you for the free live space to stream freely. I don't pay money for expensive things that we can just find a workaround. I'll get the software illegally and for free. I'll do it at 1/10 of the cost. You charge people way too much money to be free. Yeah, I'm a stickler that way. I'm a cheap motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I have respect. Okay, I'm just acting in character now. I'm just being goofy. So my point is, was I trying to end? I always try to like not just leave you hanging. Just like bye. I just want to like feel like it's a comfortable separation. If you invested the time already. So, I go through a whole series of like. Because like therapy, I think anybody that goes to Alcohol Anonymous or therapy are highly misinformed, because I think if you are at a certain level of maturity, you can find it in yourself to heal yourself from things. You don't have to have someone else be the one, because that's your infamous excuse. So people are often guided into these long-term repairing of broken people that are so fucked up emotionally, physically, psychologically. They're just a mess, and they spend their whole life going to therapists, and the therapist just reiterates what they said with a little fucking tool to like a shortcut to avoid having to go through that all the time and maybe not be less traumatic. So psychology, I can respect you on the natural level that you are trying to observe and research how the mind operates and why we do what we do. But that's not the end all be all. The whole medication industry is jacked. Fucking people need to get back to earth or back to nature and fucking be more not so gluttons and eat all this processed trash food and fucking don't care about their body, and then fucking want to run around like just using and being just a fucking heathen. Have respect for your body, spirit, and mind, and be natural. I don't even know where I was going with that. Why did I get all hostile? Like, when I have my when I feel strong about a subject matter, I get almost like, not angry, but I'm not a little paper girl. I'm not a little pretty girl that's small and cute and very oh, aren't you cute? Oh my god, you're so pretty. Oh, you're just so light as air. No, I'm not that way, you guys. No, I'm not. I've always wanted to be that perfect little lady. No, I come from the Amazon, mountains of Amazon. Big woman. Oh, Wonder Woman. Amazon culture. I didn't ask for it. I was never comfortable with being overly tall and overweight as a teenager, where everyone was shorter, smaller, and 1/3 of my size. Went through that 12 to 13-year-old super weight, and I was like, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror without tears. As teenagers, you go through all these, and then I lost it all. By high school, I was on and popping. And if I could only get back to that high school physical self, but as you get a little bit more wiser and not obsessed with like the atrocities of glam in Hollywood and looking like who's ever on that magazine, or you start following and dressing yourself according to what you see in a magazine. If you're to that point, then I forget about you. I don't even invest my time. If you think that makeup or like all these pretty things that you have to get into a mask to even come outside, and you have to like go through 3 hours of like beauty training to like be seen in public, and then when you are seen, you're not your natural self. You got fake colored hair, fake boobs, fake ass, fake lips, fake lashes, and fake hair. But you have the understructure that with a little bit of makeup, that's all you need, and bam, you are popping fierce energy. People are so misguided of what they look at that think is a physical attraction based on the exteriors of these things that enhance, pronounce, or make smaller. You know, all this fucking molding of the perfect body. People are so fucked up over that shit, and especially women. So they live a lifetime feeling inferior if they're slightly overweight or heavy or thick. And now what? Being thick is in because of the fucking rap scene? No. And then to hear even a goddamn top rap artist, female, say, yeah, because I'm thick. And you're fucking 120 pounds? But you have a big ass that you paid for and fake boobs that you fucking squatted for when you were 19 and fucking got in the shig. You're already a hoe, and now you're trying to prepare yourself and think you can be better than any other hoe. But I still got mad respect for you, girly, because nobody can do you like you do, boo. That's how we do. And eventually you have to get a little bit, like, how do you call it, that real, what has it, you hear those professors talking, and they're so, like, articulate with their eloquent, how do you call it? How would I say? Oh, breakdown, a deconstruction verbally with an idea or whatever it is that you are researching at the time. You can be very bougie and very like, oh my god, I'm so educated. I can't stand it. I'm so prettier than all these other bees. I'm gonna be, let's see how plastic I can be. That's what breaks my heart, because I know if I'm in the music scene that I listen to the type of music, everybody is, their hair is one color, their fucking shoes is another color, their corns on their feet are probably fucking baked in ham. They fucking got, the whole clown movement and the goddamn rap stars and the goddamn fucking rockers and the gothers and the suicide boys and the fucking carnival clowns and the trap music and the rap music and then the house music and the techno. What happened to techno, dude? Where are you guys? You guys are all over in the UK or the Netherlands or fucking. Oh, I like hard digital, precise, beautiful, heavy sound. There's nothing. I loved it, and it's not everybody. Techno is not for everybody. Some people, they get a headache just thinking of the idea of techno. And then you have the people that like that steady beat, but it's more advanced, I should say, like from bar to bar, it's more, it was written, it was composed, it wasn't just beats or sync or pace, 4 measures, 8 measures, 1632, 4, 1632, 2. It's not designed like that. You can make electronic music and do all kinds of like things with like panning and side chaining and adjusting the velocity and the speed and the pressure and the volume and the sound of the atmospheric pressure at this point. Top two space, just the knob up, just 34 degrees left to the right. So you get my point. Okay, I gotta end this and say goodbye because it's, oh my god. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are so lucky to have been in my presence. I'm honored to say officially and bow down with a little gratitude with my palms facing each other. Thank you. Thank you. I love you with all my heart, and I'm going to continue to be as crazy as I've always been. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you had a little bit of fun and escape from your everyday grind. Bye.